Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be going over what strings are in Python. I'm just going to kind of go over the basics and then we'll kind of just get started. So what a string is in Python is it's a word that you could go ahead and type in. For example, I'm typing in hello world. I'm using the print function to go ahead and call this argument, which is hello world. Now I went ahead and used a double apostrophe, and that double apostrophe will allow me to run the code and will be output will be hello world. Now you can use a double quote, or you could go ahead and use a single quote like this. Print out something random. So we'll go ahead and run it. Both of these, the single quote and the double quote, will go ahead and print out whatever it is that you want to print out for the print function in Python. And then you can also go ahead and use the apostrophe with a double apostrophe. So what I mean by that is if you use the print function, you can go ahead and use double apostrophes, and you could go ahead and type in like the possessive of Tim's uh, personal assistant is so and so. And what the double apostrophes will allow you to do is it'll allow you to use the single apostrophe in the form of like a possessive form for like just typical English and whatnot. So you can see that this was printed out pretty well. If you take away the double apostrophe and if you use a single, you'll get an error. So go ahead and make sure whatever it is that you start with, for example, if you start with double apostrophes, you'll go ahead and finish with the double apostrophe. And likewise, if you start with the single apostrophe, you can go ahead and end with the single apostrophe. Um, Now you could also actually use a single apostrophe and type out something um, random, and like a double form of the apostrophe, and that'll go ahead and print it out. Just make sure when you open this that you'll go ahead and close it, and likewise whatever you started with, you'll make sure you go ahead and close. So let's go ahead and run it, and then you can see that the second random, actually has it's in quotations, if you will. So something else that's pretty cool with Python is you could go ahead and print it or concatenate two strings together. And for this, we'll go ahead and use first string plus second string. And what the concatenation is it's the plus button. And then I'm just using the double apostrophe for the first string. The second string will have the double apostrophe. And then let's actually add a space right here. We'll run it, and I added the space so that way we could make sure that we had a space between the two, because if you don't add the space between the second string, it'll go ahead and merge the two together as is, so you'll notice the difference. But yeah, so that's what the concatenation will do. I'll go ahead and kind of move on to what a variable is for a string. So a string variable is, we'll go ahead and call this a name, and then we'll just give the name like Doug, and then we'll go ahead and do the variable, which is a greeting equals hello, nice to meet you. So just something kind of random like that. This variable is given the string, which the string is the value that this variable has, right? So if we were to print out name, for example, print name, what's going to happen is you see that this is highlighted, the variable is highlighted, and what will happen is the name Doug is printed out. So when it comes to variables, you can do a lot of things with them. We'll go ahead and concatenate this one. So we'll do greeting plus space plus name, and then we'll go ahead and print this out. So we're using the two variables to concatenate with each other, which pretty much it means just to merge. That's what concatenation is. And then it'll print out the greeting plus the name. Hello, nice to meet you, Doug. And then we're adding a space again right there between the two, because if we don't, it will not give us the space that we want with proper English. So that's just kind of what like a variable is and how you can use variables with the print function, which would be in turn be like the string. And now we could also go ahead and add an input as well. So we'll do the new one. We'll call this variable 2. And then we'll do input. And then we'll go ahead and enter a string, like please enter your name. We'll do that, and then add a little space for someone to enter their name. And then we'll do actually print greeting plus variable 2, their tab. And what's going to happen is that we're going to be hello, nice to meet you, and then it'll print out the result of variable 2, I believe. So we'll go ahead and go forward. So the input function is requesting for us to enter the name. Please enter your name. So I'll just type in Doug. And then it'll go ahead and print out the greeting plus the variable, which is the input. So it prints out hello, nice to meet you, Doug. And then we could even enter a random name. So we'll enter like just a bunch of random stuff, and it'll go ahead and print that out as well. So hopefully you learned something about strings in Python and about how you can use a variable and assign the string value to the variable itself. And likewise, hopefully you learned something about the input function for a string and concatenation. It's a lot to take in. Feel free to check out other videos on YouTube. Hopefully I did a good job of describing it, if you will. I'll keep making these videos a little bit better. So if you like, please also feel free to like, subscribe, or even share this video if you found it useful. But otherwise, I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.